Hello, we are Group 7. Today we are going to present the findings on our research about gender healthcare for men. This is our group member, Hailing, Estelle, Liqi, and Yajing. We have total 4 parts. Let's go to the first. Men's life expectancy is lower than women's in most countries, even in Singapore. Based on the brief, the focus should be on the how of men's healthcare. Building relationships and alliance with men through a gendered lens is crucial, but often overlooked in healthcare education. In external environment, we use PEST analysis. First, Singapore's government has expanded public health measures and subsidized medical care. Then, Singapore is a high-income country. High incomes may promote men's health care choices. Environmental problem is a global issue. In Singapore, there are issues of food safety and plastic, which can affect men's health. In social factors, Singapore is a multicultural country. The traditional gender role model may affect the different attitudes towards health. Masculinity may influence men's behaviors and perceptions of gender healthcare. Finally, advanced global medical technology provided convenience for men's healthcare. Then we have SWOT. Strength is a member founded 20 years ago, so it's more reliable. It has raised more than $1 billion for men's health and funded more than 1,000 innovative projects. Weaknesses are limited contact with medical students and lack of course on male health care. Opportunities are develop educational resources for gender-sensitive health care. People are more concerned about health than before. Threat is men may be sensitive about talking health privacy. Target audience is men. Movember focuses on men's health. Women may be men's family members or partners. They may support men's health care and encourage them to get health care. Healthcare practitioners like doctors, nurses, they may join in activities and provide medical advice or care. Organizations about mental health or cancer medical may partner with Movember to promote healthcare for men. Government will set a policy on healthcare. Can also have some cooperation with Movember community. Movember can promote men's health care through the community, and healthier men also help build better communities. Next, turn to Estelle.
Okay, thank you. So for our research design, we decided to use both quantitative and qualitative. So for the quantitative, we chose survey, and the aim was to use extensive data collection to understand different aspects that may contribute to men's insensitivity to healthcare. As for the interview, we held in-depth one-on-one interviews to find out what can change the perception of the male population. So for our timeline, we started off with 2 weeks of research design, then 1 week of data collection, followed by 1 week of data analysis, and finally, 1 to 2 weeks of design, campaign, and presentation. So for the resources required, for the software, we made use of Canvas, Qualtrics, and social media platforms such as Telegram, Facebook, and Instagram. Besides this, for the resources from the client, we got their right to publicize on official media platforms and got data on the known target groups, and also made use of collaterals and graphics. And finally, there were also regulations to ensure that their answers were scoped. Okay, so for the scope, our aim is to investigate male university students' attitudes and behaviors towards gender-sensitive healthcare issues. And for our research method, like I said earlier, we made use of survey and interview. Finally, our target audience is male university students aged 18 to 23 in Singapore. However, there are also some limitations. Firstly, the sample may be underrepresentative and may be a generalization. Secondly, topic sensitivity leads to incomplete or biased responses. Thirdly, the answers that rely on self-perception may compromise accuracy. Lastly, interview time constraints may affect the depth and breadth of the issues discussed. Okay, so to maintain ethics and voluntary participation, firstly, we made use of consent forms for all the participants, which must be acknowledged before they continue. Secondly, anonymity of participants is kept secret and answers cannot be traced to the specific individuals. Lastly, the questions that we have asked in a particular tone and cannot be deemed as biased or leading towards a specific opinion. Okay, so this is our interview. As you can see, we have a consent form and also a poster encouraging people to join us for the interview. We also ensured that the tone was respectful and peaceful in order to create a comfortable atmosphere. Okay, so as for our survey, our method was to send out the survey through social media platforms such as Telegram, Instagram, Facebook, and WeChat. Here is a screenshot of our survey. As you can see, there's also a consent form and also a poster in order to encourage people to take our survey. I will now pass the time over to Lizzie.
Okay, thank you. Please turn to the next page. As you can see from the Q&A we created for masculinity in the appendix, most men usually hide their personal issue because of their gender. In question 3, we asked, how often do you seek gender-specific healthcare? The percentage of those who choose never was 56.67. At the same time, approximately 67% of the men also believe that masculinity is a symbol of the strength, which also means that they are not willing to expose their weakness easily. 77% of the men choose agree and strongly agree in question 6. Men are often expected to hide their personal issue to appear strong. To summarize, we believe that there are some misconceptions about masculinity in society nowadays, which leads to the fact that men are reluctant to expose their weakness to the doctor before real disease strikes. These 3 data may be indicative of the importance of gender-specific healthcare. Next, please. In addition to our primary research on gender-related healthcare and the masculinity, we conducted interviews with 5 young men aged 18 to 23 to gain insights into their views on this topic. When we asked them about their perception of masculinity, most of them shared similar sentiments, emphasizing the importance of conception, such as being asked to hide your emotion or weakness, self-control, and emotion control. This response suggests that the traditional notion of masculinity. However, our interview also revealed a shifting perspective among these younger men. They appear to be breaking free from the confines of traditional masculinity, recognizing that it can lead to negative consequences, such as neglecting their own health. Next, please. This shift in attitude among younger men is a positive sign. It signifies a growing awareness of the need for a more holistic and balanced approach to masculinity, one that doesn't suppress emotion or discourage seeking help when necessary. By encouragement to acknowledge their weakness and prioritize their health, these individuals are contributing to more progressive and healthier understanding of masculinity in today's society. Next, turn to Yajing.
Okay, next I will talk about the recommendation we can give to November. Following our data collection and analyze, we found 4 key insights on it. The first one is the realization. For our questionnaires, we can see more than 15 of them have never had gender-specific healthcare as before. So actually, they have know much about that. And the second point is the masculinity. In our questionnaires show that the more than 76% of men want to heal their personal problems to appear strong. It means that maybe they have misconceptions about masculinity. The second is they believe health is very important in our life because the system of men don't think that it is a sense of weakness to talk about their healthy. And the fourth point is education. During our data, we can see there are no the gender-specific healthcare information is very important. Okay, during the next part. During those insights, we can see the strategy of the motivation. November can try to use its vote to two direction because our aim is mainly raise more men's awareness of importance of healthy, and the direction one is can be educate them, help them to able learn more about men's healthy and its important of tiny vitamin. How to educate? We think we can use more online platform. Because in our first target audience is young people. For young people, the message spend on internet can be more quickly and accurately. At the online platform, we can choose a different one depending on the message we are promoting. And the second direction is the heuristic. Heuristic method to inspire young people to directly think the importance of healthy, free, nourish, spaces of life activity. Next is the three recommendation follow our two direction. The first online one is we come up with the communication approach to publish real data and case, let the audience to see this disease is not a distant thing for us, and then to think about they need to start paying attention for their healthy. And the second online activity is November can connect the virus during the live online lecture by its experts. And in the online lecture, they allowed visitors to connect the expert to ask questions like what is mental health and how to prevent disease. We can try to use interesting Q&A to attract more young people to join and discuss. And the third idea is the offline activity. We think the activity can be recruit young people volunteer to participate in service to help cancer patients. In the first step, we can invite some volunteers to participate in this activity by means of incentive. The incentive can be volunteers' certificates, free and medical checkup, but allowed volunteers to see firsthand what the life of cancer patient was, and then we'll be able to see how special life and healthy can be. It will motivate them to really care about their own and family healthy and inspire them to make a little bit change. Finally, after they are motivated, we can encourage them to share their feeling and what they saw during that date on their social media platform. We believe the first-hand experience can inspire more people to pay attention for their healthy and change their behavior. Okay, it's all information for our presentation. Thank you for listening. Any Q&A?